Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Realistic Portavision-60. This is an AM, FM, TV band classic portable radio. During this video, I'll perform an evening mediumwave band scan. First we'll go over features, second we'll do size comparison, and third we'll start cruising the evening band. So here we are, the Portavision-60. You can find it selling used on eBay for right around 30 to 40 bucks. Represents a decent value for what you get. This was made in August 1986. Amazing that it's 40 years old. Rock on. Just needs a little love and care to keep it running over these years. So yeah, we'll go over features of the Portavision-60. Let's check it out. So it's pretty much a plastic cabinet. We have like a gray back, silver side and front. We have our dial here. We got UHF, TV2, and TV1, those three bands. Nothing on them in the US anymore, unfortunately, but in your other countries out there might be. So if any of you out there in other countries have something on these bands, let me know. It'd be kind of cool to hear your thoughts on what you're receiving on your radios. Of course, we have the bottom band, FM, 88 to 108, and AM. It says 540 there to 1600. I believe it's 520 to 1610 technically, though my radio goes to 1650. Not bad. Portavision-60. They just don't make them like they used to. I love Realistics. They're nice. Too bad Radio Shack's not in business anymore. They had some really cool stuff. And yeah, this is all analog. It's beauty. Going down here, we have a metal speaker grill with a 4-inch speaker behind there. Nice. Tuning knob, tone control, volume and off switch, and of course our band select. You can see we're on the AM band right now. And on the side here is our switch. And you can see we got AM, FM, TV1, TV2, UHF, and it just does that. So if it gets a little scratchy, you can just put a little DeOxit on this switch. And down here, you can put a little DeOxit on the the AC and the battery switch. This was a little scratchy as well, unfortunately, but a little DeOxit cleans that up, no problem. And then we have an earphone jack, single ear only. Nice. Top of the radio, we have a handle that folds down, kind of flush fitting with the top of the radio. They thought about everything back then. We have our antenna here that swivels out and goes 360, which is pretty nice for a radio this age, and extends out to 27 inches. Going to the back of the radio, it has its normal tags and cautions that they used to do back in the day. Do not open or you'll zap yourself. As you can see, this model number there, 12-781. Nice. Frequency range, it does say 520, 1620. Okay, cool. And of course, it's AC or DC powered. And we have a little vented area for the circuit board. Let me go ahead and open this up here, our battery compartment. It's pretty cool. 4C batteries installed. We'll be running on those. And of course, you have AC power as well with the cord permanently attached so you don't lose it. And there's a little spot where the cord comes out. There's a transformer inside the radio where it powers it, so you have no RFI. They made them good back in the day, so expect it to run flawlessly, plugged in, no buzzing at all. So, rockin'. Okay, let's do a quick size comparison. Now we'll start cruising the band. So yeah, what else I want to mention? Besides running on 4C batteries, it has a nice 4-inch internal ferrite antenna. Robust. I mean, it wasn't a peewee thing. I think this thing's pretty good size. So yeah, loving it. So during the day, I noticed it was very sensitive. We'll see how it does in the evening. Late at night, last night, I was picking up everything. We'll see how it does tonight, if it's challenging or not. It just depends sometimes on conditions in the evening. Daytime, it's more solid. So, okay, what do we have to the left here? We have CC Pocket in the house. Current time is 11:55 p.m. at Central Standard Time up near Chicago, Illinois, USA. And, of course, it just changes as I say that. Coast to Coast is coming on, so we're going to probably run into that. But it is what it is. But there you go. There's a little CC Pocket just to give you size. This thing sounds awesome. It is room-filling audio for sure. Here we have CC Skywave 2 in the house. We'll probably use this for frequency checking in case we run into issues. I hope not, but this dial isn't super accurate. It gets you where you want it, sort of, but not as accurate as you want it to be, but that's okay. For those two radios, we have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. He loves his old radios from Radio Shack land and branded with the realistic name, man. Iron Man. I'm out. You get the idea, right? Iron Man. Sweet. I love Iron Man. As you guys know. Oh, yeah, it'll be a daytime band scan with this one. Hope you guys see that one. If you haven't seen that one, hopefully it releases soon or it's already out. Check it out because Iron Man was playing on the radio while I was band scan. It was awesome. Yeah, that was a moment of just awesomeness because it doesn't happen too often. Gotta start singing on. Let's see what this thing can do for 40 years in. Now, this was really scratchy after sitting a couple years. It's been about a couple years since I got this radio and did a band scan with it. This was really bad. And I had to use some DeOxit Fader Formula to fix it. And that's this stuff right here. A little investment. I think it's like 15 bucks a can when I bought this. This is lasting me about 2-3 years so far. And I feel like there's like half or 3/4 still a can here, so not bad. Of course, I'd have it on low. You can adjust it, but yeah, you only need low. And you spritz it little tiny holes in the back of the volume pot. Same with the tone, but I couldn't get the tone cleaned up as nice as the volume because the volume had more access points. So that's the stuff you want when you're using it on potentiometers. When it comes to switches, like your band select switch and your AC switch, you can use a different formula, the D5. If you don't know what that looks like, I think I have a can of it sitting here. That's the stuff here. The reason why it's solvent-based, and it will remove any carbon layers on a potentiometer, so avoid using it on potentiometers if possible. Definitely use it for your switches. There you go. Get the idea. And that one also has a low, medium, high on it too. Nice. Okay, let's get to tuning here. So we pick up Kiba. Okay, so that wasn't Cuba. CHLO 530 Brampton, Ontario, 441 miles, 250 watts to the northeast. So cardinal directions north, east, southwest. Okay, it came in nicer. I didn't have it fully tuned.
Email Rick at thericksmithshow.com. Until next time, this has been The Rick Smith Show, where working people come to talk. A civic media station, real news and great conversation.
Cool, you got their jingle. That's so awesome. 540 WUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. It's to the north here. 70 miles, 400 watts. Of course, your antenna on the inside works both directions. And in the evening, it can pick up quite a bit.
After that massive weekend snowstorm, more from meteorologist Craig Allen.
Here, a little something else here. Sometimes I pick up Watrous, Saskatchewan in this direction as well. It's 1,000 miles away. Might be a hint of it.
Biggest snowstorm in state history. I decided that I might be able to catch a flight if I came a little south of Philadelphia. So my first flight was out of Newark yesterday night. Canceled. Rebooked for this morning in Philadelphia.
Here's KTRS 550, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles southwest, 5,000 watts at night.
Nancy Guthrie's disappearance.
Sources familiar with
Nearly 20 inches of snow, establishing the blizzard as one of the most powerful winter storms in the city's history. Now, over in Rhode Island, they had 37.9 inches of snow reported. That broke their longest standing record, making this the greatest snowstorm.
So there's tone control, a little bit of scratchiness, but this keeping on high or just below high, it does pretty well.
Disrupted more than 21,000.
This is 560 WIND, Chicago, the answer, local station.
Warning that perilous conditions can still persist. Americans in Mexico ordered to...
So again, it's midnight. Yeah, Central Standard Time. Near Chicago, Illinois, it's February 2026. End of February.
...have been retaliating by setting fire to buildings. Oklahoma Republican Senator...
On what resolution parties agreed upon.
According to ABC News, at the BBC, they've seen executed on the orders of partisan tension in a Los Angeles courtroom. 36-year-old Nick Meyer.
Radio, they're engaged. Plus, it's 1/10 the time at Cornerstone Video. Don't just campaign connect with millions all over the country, even thousands in the smallest communities. Radio. Be on the air in just 48 hours. WinWithIHeart.com. That's WinWithIHeart.com.
Iowa. It's George Kittle from the 49ers. I'm a hockey. I've played football a long time, and with my mind, everything else is too. So, every game, I think myself.
Got music playing there too. I don't know what's going on here. If it's 610, sounds like it's 610. Oh wait, that could be 630. Oh, hold on. We got the Skywave, which is awesome. So we'll just turn it on. $600. Wow.
Listen to the 60 America's #1 podcast network.
WMT Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 175 miles to the west. Nice. Okay. Good idea.
That's a different animal, because that's still the biggest strictly sports storyline of You're My Lifetime. But when we got Coca-Cola, depending on what part of the country you're from, or Pepsi, but we're looking at cutting out those high.
Here's 620 WTMJ in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, coming in strong, of course. 52 miles to the north, 10,000 watts. The stations before it, I think, were WTVN Columbus, Ohio, on 610, 330 miles east, 5,000 watts.
2026 Olympics Snow Sculpture Competition. Mike Martino, Mike Sponholtz, and Tom Clapp earned their
Okay, that country music there is CFCO 630 Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts northeast. And I think there's some St. Louis, if I kind of know it to this direction a little bit.
And then it says Abraham is now standing toe to toe.
There you go, KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts.
Shall I hide from Abraham what I'm supposed to do?
His name is Dwayne, but his teacher would call him Tony. And his hair was so done that they would sell it.
WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, on 640, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts, southeast.
We didn't have an age group. We just laughed and said Tony, Tony, Tony. And then when he said,
Drinking cab and a solo.
There's 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles south.
Yeah, I'm drinking cab and a solo.
Kind of wear it on my sleeve, so to speak, and be one with the people. Can y'all get us to 200 subscribers by the end of the night? If you get us to 200 subscribers by the end of the night, I may sing for you all tomorrow on the air. Instead of putting the show to bed, maybe we'll have some karaoke. Because I keep telling you all that I can sing in any punishment.
670 to score, WSCR, Chicago.
Be a punishment for me. Maybe that's the reward that I give you all. I got to think of something. Help me out. Get in the chat. What do you want? What reward can I give you all for helping us get to 200 subscribers on YouTube? Make sure you should the language around the chat be revisited?
There might be a hint of 660 in there somewhere for WFAN. Tuned it back a little bit just to check.
What is going on, Patrick? Appreciate you checking.
I thought you were about to hang up and go to a commercial. I was like, damn, I ain't getting on. I wanted to say thank you for doing what you're doing, because I wasn't really willing to do anything more than just credit for it.
As I look at their team, they're not a great three-point shooting team, and they have the experience. I don't know if their team is ready, but Victor's ready. Can I split the baby that way?
Okay, we're hitting a little 700, I think, but also 690 CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles. Nice. We're picking up a lot of stuff here.
ESPN Radio. In Houston, Monday, Rockin hosting the Jazz. Sengun, top of the tee out left of Jafar.
I saw the story on Politico. Is that what you saw? Which one? The one about El Mencha? Yeah, about the CIA. New York Times had it. Oh, okay. Yeah.
This should be 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. Of course, sounds like a local station. Nice and strong, booming in. Yeah, this radio sounds good. I like it. Fantastic with music. Yeah, perfect.
Politico, verbatim, according to one senior intelligence official.
And sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on
720 WGN, Chicago. Yeah, local to us. WGN, if you could pick it up in your area, it's awesome to listen to on the weekends. They got Wolfman Jack and 2 in the morning, Sunday morning, which is pretty awesome. They also have, what do you call it, Carl Amari from not Radio Spirits, Hollywood 360. Yeah, that's one of those. Old Time Radio between 7 and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday as well. So pretty cool that they have so much going on now with it. I like it.
To be owned and operated by the same continuous family for 75 years.
I can hardly express.
There's 740 Zoomer Radio, CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles northeast. Another awesome station to listen to at night.
Mexico's most powerful cartels. The Jalisco Generation Cartel.
Okay, I think this is, of course, Coast to Coast came on, but I think it's 750. WSB coming in clear.
For a criminal enterprise.
Isabel, I see him on the Skywave here. Nice. So with Coast to Coast, you're going to hear me just kind of going quickly. I'm hopefully going to land on the right frequencies. So yeah, WSB Atlanta, Georgia. This direction here, 750. This is 630 miles.
Iran will hinge on part of the judgment of Mr. Trump's special.
It was inevitable, the response from Jalisco New Generation and their ally.
760 WJR, Detroit, Michigan.
There's going to be a
270 miles
of violence in Mexico, but for me, I've always assumed I've written it off.
That's the one that gets me, and I'll explain that why it's happening. Trump quietly getting Mexico to hand over 100 cartel members. The war against the cartels at El Mencho.
WABC 770, New York City, New York, 750 miles northeast.
One of the most important and critical aspects that you can imagine.
What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I'm so grateful.
780 WBBM News Radio, Chicago. It does not matter where you point the radio, it picks it up in every direction.
Just wear the shirt. I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking
You know, if Trey and Bryson and Melvin can play like that.
Okay, 810 here. We got WHB, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts with the sports talk. And I think we're picking up northeast here, WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles, news station.
I'm really proud of our guys. We get great effort tonight.
I mentioned Trey a moment ago. If he's going to go for this kind of number, that's a bit.
Generation was probably the place to start. Now, they say they got some intel. The short story is they got some intel, CIA helped with some intel on that. And
820 WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles to southwest.
And so they saw the opportunity there, and that's when Mexican forces and
at first we thought it was a car accident, just like the bus had hit a tree or something like that, but then we noticed people kind of running away from the bus in a way they wouldn't from an accident, and kind of while we...
Run! I had to get out of there. WCCO at Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles on 830 to the west.
To reverse. So one of the women who'd been on the bus ran up to the shuttle and asked if she could get in.
Parents are more because they feel the ban is too restrictive and cutting their children.
Here's 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. Coast to coast is on here, 300 miles southeast.
In some ways, a universal ban for social media use is like banning children from entering libraries because there are some books in there that could be inappropriate for them. And of course, by saying you can't do this, the bans turn social media into a forbidden fruit that makes them even more attractive to kids, many of whom are...
Here's 850 KOA, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles to the west. Nice. We can verify.
Supposed to verify ages based on video selfies. They're using the account.
There you go. Cool. Let's leave that on, I guess.
or the accounts of older siblings or friends. We've discussed before the major risks associated.
Quand je chantais les chansons, ben, elle chantait les chansons avec nous parce qu'elle aimait chanter.
Yeah, this tuning knob is so nice. Having all the controls right here, that's what a radio should have. All right here. The band select switch is fine on the right, but this is nice. I like this. So yeah, here we are, 860 CJBC. This is Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles northeast.
Oui, vraiment. Puis, tu sais, je dis tout le temps, la nostalgie positive, la nostalgie heureuse, c'est se rappeler des beaux things.
These different things occur, and then you step into something. You step into, I give away $51,000, or I buy a $21,000 car I can't afford. And see, there's a $70,000 swing right there, just in this story. And if we had that
WWL 870, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles to the south.
You give an attorney $5,000 and they'll make the Medicaid thing go away. I hope he was qualified to go to a Medicaid nursing home.
It looks like, unless somebody...
He had 23 points in 18 minutes, I think, to get up with Oklahoma State. And then he just took himself out of the game. Right? You can't do that. What he's got to do is be engaged with his team.
WHSQ, this is 880 out of New York, 750 miles.
It's not the locker room that's the issue. It's all the people around the locker room. So he takes himself out. They win the game against Oklahoma State. You know what happens? Agent.
A few years ago, that was Del Rio. That was the crossing. The
890 WLS, the big 89 out of Chicago, local.
And Governor Abbott of Texas.
Civilians are bearing the brunt of the war with limited access to basic necessities, and the humanitarian crisis is worsening by the day, and he urges all to respect international humanitarian law and protect civilians. And I know what now.
Could be 9:30, not sure. 9:20 maybe.
They become signs to what's happening inside, right? The world can see.
Okay, this is 9:30 here. Relevant Radio. That station before was 9:20, and it had like a BBC report going on, like an NPR type style. Not sure what that would have been. I got Minnesota here. I have Ontario, probably Ontario, maybe 920 CKNX, possibly. Haven't had that one in a while. Okay.
In general, who got accused of this, I think, a lot of times is leading.
Nice music. That's the famous WFAW for Atkinson, Wisconsin, 940, where they were playing Iron Man this morning. Sweet.
What is your disposition when you leave a time of prayer?
Relevant Radio again?
Doing hard work with the Lord.
When it happens on the court, we're talking about it. When it's off the court, don't you can put him back on the court again? We're talking about that too. The Lakers, on the other hand, is your NBA talk on Fox Sports Radio.
Okay, a little mixing going on. I think this is CBW 990. Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
Equal Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend.
The Insanity on ESPN Radio.
Right next to 1000, WMVP, Chicago, ESPN.
It's the Insanity at 8 Eastern with tip-off at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. We know the
social isolation and decline. The good news is getting your hearing screened is fast, easy, and free with Hear USA.
Wow, there's a lot of noise going on here. I think this is 1020 KDK, Pittsburgh, 450 miles.
What to do next? If you've noticed any kind of...
Oh, wow. What is this? So frequency, let's see if we're close. That's interesting music. Wow. Okay, so 1030. I think that's a local that they haven't turned the power down on. Yeah, it might be a local. Because it sounds like it's a Polish station usually. But usually pick up WBZ if that's not going on. Just pick up a little bit of 1040 to BHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. I'm going to go a little quicker here.
That concern shifted to other childhood vaccines.
Rothman fears the trend will continue and lead to serious long-term consequences.
There might be a resurgence in hepatitis B infections in infants and children.
Those infections can become chronic and stay with those babies for life.
This is 1060 KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. The big 700. Yeah, to the northeast. Nice.
Have developed safer and more effective mosquito repellent.
Hey, of course, regular listeners of this show, of course, known about the alien presence for decades, and we've been waiting patiently for...
I think this is coast to coast. I'm not sure. WTAM 1100, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
Evenings slip away without addressing the issue.
We're not on precinct, but it happens. The NAP Commission, every now and then, people on the pad. Yeah.
KMOX 1120, St. Louis, Missouri.
For the most part, we understand a couple of things here. That if...
1140, WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles to the east here.
Text of scripture. That's a whole other sermon. That might take 5 months.
1160, local, WYLL, Chicago, Hope for Your Life, Christian Radio.
King James I wrote this about Calvinism.
Thank you for it. I bow before you, Father God. Thank you that when we receive the truth about
I think this is Brother Stair Squad. Instead of being on shortwave, they're in the AM band. This is 1170s out of, I think, Wheeling, West Virginia. WWVA, I think. 430 miles.
very personally because you are a very faithful.
I thought, no way that's gonna.
Wow.
It's just been miraculous to see him get into a pair of shoes.
WHAM 1180, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Yes.
I'll put it.
Absolutely wonderful.
Our friends that have seen it, they're just blown away.
Hi, this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome.
Another amazing story. Why? We're talking about Carnivora. Call them to awaken.
George Norrie's on everything.
836-8735.
Absolutely wonderful.
Our friends that have seen it, they're just
Hi, this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome.
This is awesome. I think I heard that just a second ago, right? Yeah, it's like a little delayed. WPHT 1210, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They also, of course, broadcast coast to coast like every other station, 700 miles.
836-8735 or visit carnivora.com.
I'm just going to speed up the dial and then we'll call it.
If you're reporting...
Up in seconds, WHIO.
Oh, of course there's going to be coast to coast at WHIO. 1290, Dayton, Ohio, 280 miles.
More than a decade of experience.
Radio station. We love it when others say they're #1 rated sports network. Because we know it's not true. Boom, boom. We have huge, robust. It's huge. It's a big story. And it's all because of you.
Hey, so far so good.
I think you guys do an incredible job. Really? I'm just enjoying listening. Thank you guys for the entertainment. We are Fox Sports Radio. To find FS1 on YouTube.
the real thing.
Local coast to coast WMBD Peoria on 1470. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where I was with that last one. That was, I don't know what that was, sports station we were picking up, but pretty cool. I was trying to get call letters, but didn't hear it. Just heard it was, what, Fox Sports as usual?
That's the ultimate question. I think that's what they're trying to find out. Look, if you could convince...
Remember, great rookie season, then kind of fell off to resurgence.
Now, convincing the Ayatollah of that is...
CHHA, Toronto, Ontario on 1610.
Coming in 5 for 26 night from the field. Wemby doesn't shoot well, doesn't matter.
Right at the top of the band here on 1650, this is KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles, 1,000 watts to the west. And we are picking up CINA out of Canada, which is this direction.
Not work. The Spurs are 81 against the top 5 teams in the NBA this year. You know their only loss?
So that woman singing the ethnic music, yeah, that's coming out of Canada. And I'll try to put a pop-up for CINA there so you guys know what that's about.
It's been a great look.
Fun. Okay, we'll turn this off. Yeah, so this has been a great evening. Wow, with no help from the loop, which is good. Doesn't need it. Like I said, it's got a nice 4-inch antenna on the inside there. Just kicking. This is awesome. Loving this old school 40-year-old classic. It's just amazing. It just keeps going. Like I said, it's easy to service. There's 4 screws. The back comes off really easily. It does have 2 wires that unplug for the antenna off the board, but the battery tray does stay soldered to the board, so it's something to keep in mind. But it's enough to pull the back end out of the way, and then you can get to the volume pot and tone pot to squirt the DeOxit in. Of course, your switches to clean them up as well. So easy to service, which is nice to see. Happy with that. So hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. If you like the radio and you like the classic vintage vibe here, let me know. 2, definitely subscribe to the bell icon if you haven't already to get more realistic, fun, you get notified of when I'm doing band scans typically or reviews. I haven't been able to find any good examples of these type of radios in a long time, but hopefully in the future I will. Just got to spend a lot of time on eBay searching around. It's a lot of work, but I wouldn't mind trying to find some others. There's a lot of them out there, so yeah, I like them. I'm a fan of this one though, definitely. Portavision, love it. I wish they still had these back. They could be listening to TV on the, on the radio. That'd be so cool. I miss that. I do remember having that back in the day. It was cool. But yeah, and of course, 3, comment down below. What do you think about the Portavision-60 in 2026 and beyond? Is this something you would pick up, being it's 40 years old? It might need some TLC. Let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.